This is our exclusive ABS-CBN Sports coverage of the UAAP Season 74 Final Four. Right now, we are featuring the #1 team at the end of the elimination round, Far Eastern University, taking on the #4 team, De La Salle University. But La Salle off to a hot start here in the opening set as we take a look at the highlights.
You know, you really get to appreciate defense in this first set as shown to us by DLSU. As the saying goes, diba nga, defense wins championship, and this is what DLSU proved right now, at least in this first set. FEU really tried so much attacks, varied all their shots, even the setters trying to vary their sets, trying to delay all sorts of hits from the spikers of FEU, but it just wasn't enough. They were not fooling any blocker from the green side, but let's see the second set if they're able to adjust and pull out more tricks. Look at the attack points. Pareho lang naman. It was really the blocks. None for FEU, 5 for DLSU. That is 5 points from blocks alone. Pero yung blocking that they stop the ball or they slow down the ball, hindi yan kasama dyan. But FEU had 3 service aces, but still wasn't enough to take that set.
And it didn't help FEU's cause as well that they committed 10 unforced errors in that opening set.
Most of those errors were at the coverage skill. Yung after the block, nagtitinginan lang sila. They were so surprised that the ball was coming back. So let's see if they're able to adjust to that problem in the second set.
Coach George Pascua in the latter portion of that first set shuffled his players, brought out Petrus De Ocampo, sent in his second setter Ferdinand Garcia, but still unable to confuse the La Salle defense.
Now going back to almost all his starters here in the second set, getting the first point of this set via that back row attack. Oh,
getting that gift there was Alexis Faitaren.
And Faitaren, look at him go up in the air and made sure almost dumped the ball. Look at him go up. Nakita niya, no blockers. This should be a sure point.
Petrus De Ocampo now. Very sharp serve there. A joust at the top. Chance ball now for FEU. It's a back set.
Coach George was asking for a violation, but then again, they take that point. Try to look at this. Oh, but that was the attack that got them the point. But before that, there was a joust at the net, and Coach George was saying na backliner yung setter, so dapat violation.
Well, FEU, a very composed team, even when under intense pressure.
Outside
in their last game of the elimination round against Adamson, they actually went down in the first 2 sets before sweeping the rest of the sets to finish the elimination round on a high note.
Oh, well, that shows you the character of the squad, and again, the winning tradition of the school, yung hindi basta-basta magpapatalo. Again, I think 24 championships to their name. And of course, the women's team having 29 of their own. So siguro it's safe to say that they're the winningest.
Yes, FEU is the winningest institution here in the world of Philippine volleyball in the collegiate level. 5-0, wow!
And that goes out. Avilao was surprised it was called out, but because it hit the net, you know, the ball bounced and it bounced out. Yeah, clearly. Regalo na eh.
Little mishandling of the ball
Off the serve, and because of that goes out.
Nawala yung focus.
Oo eh. Pati yung rhythm mo, di ba? Biglang napunta ka sa ibang spot. But
nagmadali
actually,
na.
pwede siyang bumalik eh because you have, I think, mga 10 seconds eh to serve the ball.
Faitaren. Bernardino pops it up Santos. It's a back set. FEU now will execute. JR Labrador slamming it off Rivera's block.
And that was such an angle. Look at this once again. He was right in the middle. Pero look at that angle. Very sharp and he still got it.
Now it is FEU off to a blazing start here in the second set.
Oh, and that's going to go out. Error at the serve by Faitaren.
But an early advantage here for the guys in yellow.
For De La Salle.
De La Vega now once again to serve for La Salle. De Ocampo to his partner, JR Labrador.
That's a good one. A header for Labrador.
Bounce back to his head, and FEU will take it. They are up by 6. JR Labrador enjoying that last one. This is the final 4 of the men's volleyball tournament of the UAAP.
Yeah, no? This is called using your head.
It is Labrador versus Maiko Antonio. The two players we talked about in our pregame.
Serving for FEU, number 8, Arvin.
Antonio courageous enough to block the #1 scorer in the tournament, JR Labrador, and bouncing back to Labrador, and FEU getting a point.
Oh, and that's going to go out. So it's a DLSU point. But now you can see that FEU is going for high sets. So nilalabanan nila ngayon sa height yung blockers ng DLSU. And I think it's working for them in the second set. They're not trying to go for quick hits. Panay high balls. Look at that middle hit. It was a high set. And Labrador once again. But again, not enough respect for Labrador. Only one setter for him.
The coverage was there in the back row, but the ball was just too fast for the footwork of those La Salle receivers there.
So clearly, you can see na si Coach Sammy, pinababayaan niya si Labrador. He's only putting one blocker. So sa kanya, mag-score na si Labrador, but just don't let the others help out.
Well, Labrador has scored tremendously against La Salle this season. In the first round meeting, he had 21. Second round had 26.
Over the block.
Once again, look at the antics of the Ocampo on that set.
The antics of the Ocampo.
Look at him. Ang daming gusto good. Pero nagagawa niya, di ba? And
minsan pinapalo niya yan eh.
Yeah, like last year, di ba? He had so many offensive moments. That's why you really have it's really a big advantage when you have a tall setter, especially a spiking setter.
He was actually FEU's 4th best scorer last season, and he's the setter.
For the Tamaraws.
You really appreciate him when you watch him play. Masayang panoodin eh. It's a description. So Labrador sending that away. Well, FEU have committed quite a number of service errors from the get-go.
But FEU with a 5-point lead here. Here's Red Christensen. Santos.
Oh, great save. Labrador.
Oh, that one's out.
Oh, that's going to be wide for De Pamilo. John Ian De Pamilo sent in the latter part of the first set.
Christensen.
Continuing his play here in the second set.
Christensen once again to serve for La Salle.
Oh, that's not going to be enough.
FEU. 11.
Error this time on the green side.
De Pamilo now to serve for FEU.
John Ian De Pamilo serving.
11-6 in favor of the Tamaraws. Santos, it's a back set. Nicely dug up there from the back row, Labrador.
Oh, that's going to be a long one. Look at the wind up of Labrador going for that hit. There's not enough angle to send that in.
Service.
They've been going to open
Brendan
hits,
Santos.
really high balls.
Lasal.
De Ocampo now. Sets it to Arvin Avila.
Oh.
Hits the antenna.
Avila, that hits the antenna.
Just too many things in mind. Nakita niya malapit na sa antenna. And yet, look at Avila not able to save it.
Santos for LaSalle. De Ocampo sets to the left. Avila pounding it off that double block. LaSalle able to keep it alive. Maiko Antonio. Wild rally here. Avila.
On the open hit, dug up by Santos.
Ooh!
Vega.
Goodness.
Through the block. 9.
What a powerful hit there by Kevin De La Vega.
That's right. Look at him go for this one. And he really wanted to use the blockers as you see that angle.
Santos.
Nagdalawa ng malaki in front of him. He just used his smartness on that last play.
Oh, look at the response of FEU once again. That connection of Petros De Ocampo and JR Labrador.
Look at him. In spite of two blockers, pinadaan niya pa dun sa gilid pa rin. That was so risky, and yet he managed to do it. Oh, but that's not going to be a LaSalle point.
Tonight.
De La Vega was
Right.
asking for a touch.